I can show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? Ladies, what's up? You look like Princess Jasmine. It only felt suitable. Hi.
What a way to open up California Live. Thank you so much for being with us.
I'm excited. I'm a fan. I watch you guys every morning, so this is a little surreal to be in studio.
So we're big fans of yours.
Yeah, well, first of all, your voice. Hello.
Yeah, it's a little crazy. I'm sure everyone's been going through the whole allergy thing this week because of all the wins, so yeah.
Yes.
But I'm excited. My first show is until the 25th. I have a couple weeks yet.
Yeah, well, so we know you, right, from Queer Eye, one of the original cast members.
The OG back in the day.
You're an OG. What was that experience like?
Well, listen, I'd done Broadway for 5 years, and I always thought that was going to be my path, and all of a sudden I get this show that really wasn't, there was no reference to what it was. They couldn't say it's like X. So we learned on the job, and you know, honestly, by the time I was 24, I was a New York Times bestseller, at an Emmy. It was a weird existence, especially because I got famous for something that I hadn't really done before. You know, I was suddenly the Puerto Rican Emily Post. And with that, it was great. But like, you know, I had to also, when I finished the 100 episodes of Queer Eye, I had to re-educate the world on what it is I truly do, which is I'm an actor who sings and I host stuff too, you know?
And how did that actually impact your acting career? Because you did get just thrown into something that you weren't doing.
Not great. I'll just be straight. No, because see, for every other guy on Queer Eye, they were really doing what they did for a living, and so they really were hoping to downplay me as an actor. Because if Jay's an actor, well, maybe some of the other guys are like actors too. Even though my category really lent itself to the skills of an actor to really help the straight guy.
So the authenticity of your character was in compromise.
And so, well, you know, I didn't get necessarily. I would say this year, interestingly enough, the 3 roles that I have on television, I got offered. But that didn't happen right out of Queer Eye, as many people thought, like it did for the other guys. Because people really didn't get to see me in that space until Ryan Murphy actually got my first guest star on Nip Tuck, and it was like, oh, Jay can act.
Fantastic show, by the way. So what do you think of the new cast?
I love them. I think one of the things that, you know, I got really excited when the producers called me on a group call, and I put my foot in my mouth. I'm not going to lie. They were like, hey, Jay, it's the producers of Queer Eye. And I heard there was like a conference call. So I got excited. They're like, we're bringing Queer Eye back. My idiot butt was like, threw my mouth in there, and I was like, oh my God, this is so amazing, because now, being a man in my 30s, I have a lot to offer that I did in my 20s. And they're like, with an exciting new dynamic cast.
Love it.
But let me tell you something. It was the best thing ever, because I fought so hard to be taken seriously as an actor that I want to honor those 100 episodes and pass the baton. The guys have really not just, you know, maintained the integrity of the show that we helped build, but they've taken it above and beyond. They're able to talk about things that, you know, maybe we couldn't have back in the day. And I just am exceptionally proud of them, and it's nice to have, you know, 5 more brothers. It means extra Christmas gifts.
Well, talking about your acting, we have a clip of what you've got going on here. Netflix, Emmy-nominated.
Yes, Eastsiders. It's been great. It's an incredible show about a group of friends who live in Silver Lake, and straight, gay, and all over the spectrum, and just showing different kinds of relationships and love and modern day dating. And I'm really thrilled to work with such an incredible cast. I mean, the show last year was nominated for an Emmy, and John, one of our lead actors, nominated himself for an Emmy as well for this. And
we actually have a clip. We want to roll up the clip right now.
So her merch table, that's going to live right over here, and those t-shirts you can string.
Hi, I'm important.
Hi, oh yes you are, Papa Bear. You're the most important bear in the cave. Where do bears live?
Denver, Long Beach, P-Town, but only for a week. Where's Douglas?
Who's Douglas? Oh, that is Amber Alert's boy names.
Yeah, okay, but no, do we have a price point for this merch?
Okay, who are all these clipboard people, and did you just say merch?
Okay, well this is Ricky. He's my assistant. I'm gonna let him fill you in on all the new changes.
Here. No, come back here, you little elf. I need to talk to you.
Douglas, you're already having this wedding in a gay bar and documenting all of it on a YouTube channel. Can we try to make this a little tasteful?
No.
Yes.
Got anything sluttier?
Oh my goodness.
Okay, this looks so wild.
It's so
That's
fun.
so much fun. But for those that may not be familiar with the show, set us up and what's going on here?
So basically in this scene, essentially Willem's character is surprising his partner with this fully like sponsored wedding that now suddenly magically I'm like the wedding planner from hell basically. And he's learning in real time that the wedding's happening in a way that he didn't want it to happen, which is basically funded by all these brands and social media influencers. It's really fun, but that shot specifically is a 10-minute shot with no breaks. So if one person messed up one line,
you have to
we
start over.
all the way over.
Did you have to do that?
I mean, I think we spent at least a good portion of it one day doing that scene to make sure it was right. Half a day at least.
But how awesome, I feel like Netflix to have this kind of content.
Yes.
There's like a place where it can live.
Yeah, I think, look, I always said that the show felt like it was an HBO or Showtime series that needed the breath to kind of tell the honest truth of what dating looks like now. And I think Netflix is a great home where they really trust their content creators.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So speaking of all the things that you're doing, you're also doing The Diary of the Female President.
Yes, Diary of it was called Female President. Now they changed the name to Diary of a Future President, just like I think like last week or something. But the trailer is out now. It's Gina Rodriguez's new project. We all know and love her from Jane the Virgin. It's about a 12-year-old Cuban-American girl, dreams of becoming president one day, writes a diary about it, and her 15-year-old brother. And in the future, it's Gina as the president of the United States, as a Latinx Cuban-American woman. And what's so great about this series is, Gina's production company, she always says that she produces shows for and by those who don't have the visibility and, don't have the exposure. And she's really changing the face of television with this program. And little girls are going to look up to this, little boys, and think that they too can become president one day. I would tell you about my role, but it gives away a plot. It gives away a major plot point. You have to tune in. Yes, January 17th on Disney+.
Okay, something you can talk about, though, is your cabaret show.
That's right. So this is what I love about cabaret. You know and you fall in love with people when you watch them on television or wherever. And cabaret is such an intimate format. It's basically me and an audience on this musical. I call it the rated R 90-minute Glee version of my life.
Ooh, I like that.
Broadway, naughty, inappropriate stories I wouldn't want my mother to know about the behind the scenes of my over 22 years in show business. The relationships, the love, but also some of the fun, hot tea that I'm going to be spilling about what everyone wants to know, the Queer Eye stuff.
About your aunt who didn't want to see you.
Oh
She's
my
like, I don't want to see you naked.
My aunt thought the word cabaret meant like gentleman's cabaret. And she was like, listen, my Aunt Frances, I love you, Aunt Frances, but she was like, my first name's David, and she was like, David, I can't come see you in that. I was like, why? She goes, I'm not going to see you naked. I was like, it's not that kind of show.
You at least have on like a Speedo, right?
Yeah, right, exactly. I would have something tasteful, Aunt Frances.
We can't have you come on the show and not show us a few moves.
Oh my
gosh. You started in Broadway.
I did.
We want to know what we can do to better our Broadway.
First of all, you already have the Broadway thing. Can we just talk about?
You got to do like a kick or something,
right? Well, here, you can do the Fosse.
So don't do anything crazy.
Okay, we're gonna do the Fosse because remember, Erica Jane is in Chicago right now, so she hasn't probably learned this move. Just up.
Okay.
And down, like that. There you go, a little Bob
You got
Fosse.
me on a leg after a leg day.
No,
Jay.
not a. Oh, good. Look at that. Yes. How about Roxy Hart and Velma right here?
All right,
oh, yeah, there we go.
Let's call the producers of Chicago and make this happen. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, ladies. And I will see you guys February 6th in LA.
Okay, we will.
Because San Diego is January 25th at Martini's above 4th. And then January 6th here, Rockwell Table and Stage in LA.
All right, you heard it there, everyone. And coming up, it's time to tone up. And Amber's with the local ladies who have taken their fitness